Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Bachnock back again, once again, with a brand new video. And my lip looks a little big. I think I might have gotten stung or bit when I was sleeping because I kind of woke up with a fat lip. But, anyways, I wanted to talk about Young Justice Season 4 because the last episode finally aired and we get a conclusion to the season, and for better or worse, it's over. And me personally, I was not a fan. I really did not I can't say I didn't enjoy it because there were some moments and some aspects where I'm like, that's really cool, I really like that, but then for the most part I just didn't like it. Like, I didn't like how like political it got because there was like half an episode that was dedicated to Halo, basically wanting to know if she wanted to be Islamic or whatever. And it's like, I just like, that's, if that you like that, that's fine, but like at the end of the day, for me, it's like I don't really care about that. Like, I just want to see superheroes do superhero things. I want to see villains do villain things. Like, I don't really care if, like, whatever religion you're part of. Like, and I know that's probably like an important thing for a character, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like I might have like a little bias towards it because I just don't like Halo's character in general. Honestly, like season 3, when they introduced that new cast, like new team, like Forager and I don't remember the rest of them. The Forager and Halo and the rest of them, like, I just don't care about any of them, to be honest. Like, they're just like, I'm glad season 4 didn't follow them and we followed the original cast, and they had like anywhere from like 3 to 4 episodes, just for a story for them, which was cool. But there was like a lot of things where it's like Connor's death was like, I immediately was like, damn, that happened like so quick. There was no like this long-winded death moment. He didn't get like his moment with McGann, so it's like he's probably still alive. There's like no shot that he's dead. He died way too quick. Uh, and the other thing is, like, anytime a comic book character dies, you just gotta automatically think that they're just not dead. They're always alive, and so I kind of figured he was alive. It was just a matter of how he survived. Um, and then like that kind of story plays out through the whole thing, and a lot of these stories that they had were like kind of like whatever, to be honest. I wasn't like super fans of most of these stories. Like, the Garfield stuff was kind of cool just to see. Like, I don't know, I usually don't like that kind of stuff in this show in particular because it's more about superheroes and doing superhero stuff. But I think Garfield's really cool. His character coming along where he's basically just keep getting lost, and he's kind of like that would actually affect him that way, which was cool. I like that. But like, for the most part, like the Eucovia stuff, it's kind of like, sure, cool, whatever. I don't know. I didn't really. It was whatever. Um, I think the stuff on New Genesis was cool with Rocket and Orion. I thought that was cool. The only thing is, like, I find Forager annoying, and when I don't remember the Green Lantern's name, the Green Lantern that died during that mission, during like that like short little arc. I was like, dude, that ring is going to somebody, and then I was like, it's going to Forager. Like, it's like when he was like talking about like, oh, I'm not gonna let this world die, and then and he just kind of like takes the hits from the Zod kid. Um, I was like, his ring is gonna go to Forager, and I'm like, I like, that's cool, I like that, but at the same time, it's like I don't like Forager, even if this is a different Forager. It's just like all of those like annoying little bug species are just annoying. Like, I do not like them at all. Um, but the one thing is like I was like super like I paused the episode and I started fangirling out, and that was when Razor showed up during that arc, and I'm like, oh my god! And they brought back Kilowog's Green Lantern, the animated series, Kilowog's voice actor to play Kilowog, and I was like, holy shit, man! Holy fuck, dude! It's happening! If only Hal Jordan, like, they should have had Hal Jordan come on this mission with Rocket, instead of Jay Garrick. Like, why do they have Jay Garrick? Like, I think, like, it would have made so much more better if Jay Garrick wasn't there and it was Hal Jordan instead. Because Jay Garrick like had no connection to this. If Hal Jordan was there, we could have had the trio back together. We could have had Hal, Kilowog, and Razor, and oh my god! And then we find out like what happens after Razor just was flying away at the end of Green Lantern the animated series, when Razor was getting followed by the Blue Lantern ring, and he ends up getting the Blue Lantern ring. Like we all kind of thought, most people probably thought he was going to get a Blue Lantern ring, um, and so he's using the Blue Lantern ring, but then he's running out of hope. And he comes to New Genesis because he wants to talk to Metron, because Metron is the one who housed, he's like, is keeping his Red Lantern ring, and he's like, oh, I'll give it back whenever you want it. And it was like a cool, like, it was a cool thing to add. Like they didn't need to add that, but they did, and it was a cool, like, Metron was this whole thing, and Metron kind of tricked him this whole time, and it was just like leading him on his wild goose chase too when he was trying to find Aya and stuff like that, which was cool. I really liked the update, and then at the end of the, basically at the end of his arc in Young Justice, I don't know, we'll probably never see any more of him again, to be honest. It's probably just kind of like a nice little Easter or a nice surprise cameo, and then like a send off, I guess. But he ends up getting both the red and the Blue Lantern ring, and he's able to use them both at the same time, which is really cool. I thought that was really cool. The office goes, but the rest of that, that arc with the New Genesis, it was like, it was that was like the highlight for me. The rest of it was like, all right, cool, you know. Um, Honestly, the thing is, like, there's no really noticeable one. Like his Hannah one was cool. Like we get to see uh, like the Doctor Fate and stuff like that, and we get to see like them rotate the helmet. So it's not like just one person being Doctor Fate. Like it's like a group of them, which was cool. Um, I don't know. The Aqua Man one wasn't really like Cowler. Like his like short story wasn't that interesting, to be honest. It was kind of like whatever. Um, Basically, all those are kind of like whatever. I wasn't super into them. Like a lot of them was just kind of like, it was like whatever. To be honest, it was really wasn't that great. Like I think the first one where it's like where they go to Mars to McGann and Superboy, Garfield, and stuff like that, and they go to Mars to for the wedding. Um, that was interesting. I liked that. Um, but basically the majority of them, these mini arc things, I didn't like. But then the end was cool. I really liked the ending arc, but then I also hated it at the same time. Um, so like the ending arc when they had like the Zods, the whole, like, where we find out Superboy is in the Phantom Zone. We have the group, the OGs going to the Phantom Zone to try to get Connor out, and then also on the other side we also have we have the Legionnaires, trying to get them out, and then we have the people at the Superman, Megan, and whatnot, all of them. Uh, Black Lightning went out there; they're all there to help. Um, they do all this stuff, and then it's like they finally come out, but do it on the Red Sun planet, which was like, it was smart, but it was like, why would you bring Superman? I guess, like, what is he really gonna do? I don't know. I think that's weird. But then they got the cube. I don't remember what it's called, but like, I don't know, man. That cube was weird. I don't. That was kind of like a weird. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with that. Like, I didn't really care for it. Just make it a machine. Like, why do you gotta? Like, I guess it's like a cool, like, oh, it was like a metahuman that got trafficked to Apocalypse and turned into this, which is like, I guess we get to see more implications of metahuman being trafficked to different worlds. I guess it was a little interesting, but overall, I didn't really. I was like, we just made him a machine. I guess it was whatever. But um, and then they go to the Fortress of Solitude and whatnot, and then it's like the General Zod and then his wife, they get charged in those pods, and it's like, even though it got interrupted, it was like, I feel like they should have been powered it up enough, because like I remember like last episode, and I was like, oh, they're not fully like their thing was like, oh, it's nighttime, so because when they teleport to like I don't even know where they teleport, they teleport to this like some kind of city, but it was like, oh, it's like nighttime, so it's like, oh, they're not fully charged yet, so we need to hurry up before the sun comes up, and it's like, dude, they were just at the Fortress of Solitude, and there was sun, okay, and they were in a pod that was charging them. Like, how long did it take for Kryptonian to charge? Like, Superman was just mollywopping his ass at the end there, and it's like, he was hit. He was like hit with kryptonite, and he was like out for the count. So what's up with him? And the other thing is like, I don't know, the whole ending part. I feel like that last episode was like the first 12 minutes was like, oh, we got to wrap this up now. Like we can't like actually like they were like spreading this out and making it relatively consistent, really or not consistent, but like well, I don't even know what the word is, but like even I guess I don't know. I'm stupid. I don't know what the word is, but it's like and then they just kind of like rushed it right there at the end with those like first 12 minutes of episode 26, and it was like it was kind of just dumb, to be honest. I don't like how quickly they just kind of wrapped it up, and it was kind of like the other thing is like even though like General Zod's like two subordinates that came out of the boom tube from the Phantom Zone, um they're like even though they just came out of the Phantom Zone and they're just like in Earth's atmosphere or whatever, in not atmosphere in on Earth, so they're getting just started getting charged. Like even without a little bit of like like I don't know like energy from the sun, and like the girl started healing instantly. So it's like why did she instantly start getting healed? But yet she doesn't have like super strength or like flight or laser beams. It's like she doesn't have any of that because she's not using it. She's just getting mollywopped. You would think that they're like trained soldiers. So you would think that they'd be like pretty good just without powers in general, like pretty good. And then like that one guy, that big dude, the big bald dude, he was getting mollywopped by Nightwing and Artemis or Tigress, whatever she goes by. But like those two were just mollywopping him, and he's like, this dude is like a Kryptonian, like he might like just came out of the Phantom Zone, but he still should be mollywopping these guys, and yet they're like tossing him around like he's a rag doll, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. And the other thing is like, this I forget his name, Lorzod, that's what it is. I was gonna say I don't remember the Zod kid name, but Lorzod, Lore, Zod literally is fighting Superboy, and it's like sure, Superboy is like pretty trained in combat. He's a pretty good fighter, but he's like a half Kryptonian. Like that man is half human still. Like he doesn't have all the powers, and then Lord Zod is just getting mollywopped by him when they were fighting, and it's like I feel like Lord Zod, he's from the future. I feel like he would have pretty good fighting skills, and he's a full Kryptonian. He knows how to use his full extent of his powers because he's known he's a Kryptonian. He's using his powers like he has the full flight, super strength, invulnerability, frost breath, laser eyes. Like it's like just I don't know, it'd be better. Like why are you getting rolled on? And the other thing is like this whole time it's like I felt like they were building up to like a worst case scenario situation. Um, where like everything just kind of failed. Like when it was like when episode 25 ended, where Superboy was holding Superman's head and he was like let's smack it or crack, I mean snap his neck. Like I thought he was going to, and then it was gonna be like he was gonna be like completely mind fucked, and he was gonna be like under General Zod's control for the whole thing, and it was just like it didn't happen like that, which kind of sucked because I kind of was hoping like Superboy would turn kind of evil because he got like super like messed up, like mind fucked. Um, and then like we would have this situation where it's like, oh, we got to go back in time or something like that to revert all this. And I thought, and then that's how they would bring in Wally West somehow, but they didn't, which sucked. Uh, Wally West is in the Phantom Zone because he was like an actual Phantom Zone looking person and not like a fully colored. They were in that weird colored version, but yeah, that sucks. So I guess we'll see more about him later on. But honestly, overall, this season kind of sucked, which wasn't a surprise to me. Uh, like it's definitely like season one is like the best. Season two is still good, but not as good as season one, but still good. And then it's like season three is kind of ass, but this is season four is slightly better than season three in my eyes, but it's still pretty bad. But I think it's just gonna get worse from here. But I'm probably gonna still watch. But yeah, if you like that, leave a comment. Like, subscribe, whatnot. Have a good day.